Right guys, we're going to set up and drill for the oil hole gallery into the slides on the back of this. I've got one of these button style oilers. I don't know if you can see that, they're only tiny, 6mm in diameter. I like the ones with the smaller balls because you can actually get the entire oil can tip over that and it compresses in. If you've got the bigger ones, it's very hard to try and get the oil up inside. I've got that with the slotting head that I did for the Bridgeport here. I find they're too big to try and get the oil in properly, so I've got these smaller ones. Now, as we said, there's going to be a gap between the face and the back side of the slide as that gets pushed out. So I don't want the oil going through and then filling up the back of the slide. It's not going to do any good. We want it to go actually into the oil ways that we're going to be machining into that slide. So I've got this bit of 4mm diameter brass tube. So I call it a pitot tube, but the idea is it's going to be a light press fit into the actual bolster, and then a sliding fit over the plastic slide. So the idea is that the oil will actually get through to the front face where the oil galleries are on that slide face. So I'm going to drill and ream to be able to fit that into place, and I'll probably just use a 243 Loctite on that just to keep that in place. I'm going to open this up very slowly using a couple of number drills until I'm happy with the fit that I've got on that. May even have to take a little bit of a skim off the outside of that to get it to fit nicely, but we'll see how we go with that. Anyway, we've got it all zeroed up and centered. We'll set up and we'll just do a little nipple drill there, and then we'll start opening that up and see if we can get something reasonably close to the pitot tube size. It's almost there. I might just take a little skim off that to get that a perfect fit down inside there. Alright, I don't want to press my luck too far. I'd rather have it a nice sliding fit in there. Alright, we'll just set up and ream for that 6mm. Righto, all done. That'll be a very light press fit in there, that'll be great. Right. Well, I think we might move on with the machining out the top side top bolster plate now. So we'll get some of that stock that we've got machined up. There's an gnarly bit here, we'll get that in and we'll start knocking that down. Right, I'll knock a couple of millimeters off this edge and then we'll finish to length, which is 63 on the other side. Righto, we'll flip that over and we'll finish that off to width. Righto, so I've got about 2mm to take off this side. I've just put the side bolsters into place into the slide plate and measured across, and they're measuring up at around about 0.03 under the nominal 63mm that I'm aiming for, so we'll stick with the 63. I put a parallel underneath there so I can get the anvil of the micrometer to go underneath, so I can check that for parallel while we're machining as well. So I'm going to take off 1.5 mm to start with, then we'll do a clean up and then we'll measure. First thing I want to establish is it parallel? Let's just have a look. That there is bang on 64.5. I need to go and get my mirror. Yeah, bang on 64.5. So I'm happy with that parallel. No, sorry, that's 63.5, but half mil to go. Alright, that's about where I should be. Right, done. We'll set up for the faces now. Right, I will start skimming the tops of these. I couldn't help myself. I ground the edges on these. These are 0.03 under 63, so they match up pretty well with what I measured up with the side bolsters. Right, it's getting pretty warm here. It's been pretty warm all day today. It's been up around 38. And then we're expecting the weekend to be up over 40 degrees again, so it's going to be very uncomfortable, which is a bit of a shame. They've got the big air show down at Avalon this week, so been there a number of times, and there's no shade. It's just a massive, massive airfield with a huge paddock. So yeah, my son's going, but we'll see how he goes in the heat. Righto, let's get this skimming. Right, you said transition mark there, but you can't feel anything. So, all right, I'll flip that over. We'll bring that down to size. I'm going to leave it about 0.1 mm up from the 14mm nominal, and I'll put it in the grinder and just give the Alright, 0.24 left to go. Let's go 0.14, we'll leave 0.1 up. Righto, I'll set up to mill the ends. We'll get them back to length, and then I'll sit at the surface grinder. We'll give that a lick over. I'll come back once we set up ready for the end mill. Righto, I'll take about 1/2 mil off this side, clean it up, and we'll take the remainder off the other side to, we've got about 2.5 mil to come off altogether. Oh, it's got about 1.9 to take off, so .4 to go. I think we'll call that done. Yep. Alright. Right, I'll set that up in the surface grinder. We'll give that a lick. Then we'll start milling out the pockets for the slides. Okay, so this one's not critical. If it's a touch over 14, it's not going to worry me at all. So, yeah, 14.02 and 14.03. So that's close enough. It's only a nominal size. All right, I'll deburr that. It's got a little bit of an edge on it. We'll set this up in the mill again, and we'll start machining out the pocket for the slide. Alright guys, so we found the centre point, so I've just used my edge finder to come on either edge and use the digi to halve, and these edges as well, so I know exactly where my tool is in centre. I know that I need to come for roughing out to start with 48mm one way, 48mm the other way, and 5mm this way and 5mm that way. That'll give me roughly a 2mm land to come in with the 6mm cutter. So I always try and start off in the centre and then work out from the centre using the digi readout as we go. Alright, what I'll do is I'll put this onto a slow feed and then slowly feed it down to about 2mm. We'll start roughing it out, and then we'll do the same again and come down another 2mm, well, just shy of 2mm. So we'll touch off for 0. Right, that's the first depth cut. I'll continue on. Take another mil or so, or 2 mil out. I'll leave it fuller by about 0.2 so I can do a final cleanup on the base. And I'll bring you back when we've got the 6 mil tool in play. Righto, that's done. I had to take a final 0.7 of a mil off the bottom there to get that down to 4 mil, but that's absolutely spot on now. So what I'll do now, while we're in this setup, I'll set up and do the drilling and tapping for the adjusting screws and the counterboring. Then we can flip it over, drill and do our counterboring for our M6s, and then do our drilling and reaming for our oil hole. Alright guys, we'll see you when we're set up for that shot. Right, so we'll drill and tap and then counterbore for the adjusting screws. Right, I'll put the 32 collet in to do the counterboring, because then I don't have to sort of drop this down quite as far with the centre in it. Right, so I'll set that up and we'll come back. Righto, we'll cut in these counterbores now for the adjusting screws. Righto, all done. Right, I'll flip this over, and we'll get ready to start drilling and counting boring for the M6 socket header cap screws. We'll also do the oil hole whilst we're there as well. All right, guys, we're going to drill and counterbore for the socket header cap screws to mount these onto the side bolsters, and then I've got the wheel hole to do for the floating slide on this one. So it's going to be identical to what we did with the other side bolster. So we'll get these underway now. Right, we'll open these up for the 6 mil, and then we'll do the counterbore. Well, we've still got the three drill chuck in. I'll do the oil hole next, and we'll change this out for the AR32 collet to do the counter boring of the cap screws. Right, I will set up the AR32 collet now, and we'll do the counter bores. Right, we'll bring these down to a depth of 6. Right, that's finished. Right, I've got that one other bolster plate I need to put the oil hole into, and I'll set that up now and get that drilled and then rammed out. Righto, so I've just deburred this, and we're going to see how it fits for the first time. So I haven't tried this on yet. Oh, everything looks like it's going to be alright. Yep, if you get the two diagonals right, you can be fairly confident the rest of it's going to fall into place. It's funny, some of these socket-headed cap screws, the heads, depending on when you buy them, some of the heads are a little bit bigger than others. Different batches from different manufacturers have slightly different tolerancing on the heads. Alright, well, beautiful. I reckon that is a winner. That's beautiful. Very, very happy with that. Alright, I'll take that out. I've got to drill and ream for the oiler in this one, so I'll strip this down, get that out, and I'll pop that oil hole in there. And then I've got all these little cavities in here now, so I think we might start making up the actual slides next. Get those done, and then we'll make up the all the adjusting screw sets. We'll try and finish this whole slide assembly out, and then start moving on with the crank arm. Alright, well, I'll strip that down, and I'll get this bolster up, and yeah, we'll get that drilled and ramed for the oiler. Okay, we'll drill the oil holes for this one. Because this slide, or this bolster side, doesn't have an adjustable slide in it, we don't need to put the pit-up tube in, so I'm just drilling this out with a 3mm hole, and we'll drill and ream for our oiler. Alright, that's all the machining done on the side bolsters. So, very happy with the way all that's come together. Right, next I think we'll start looking at the plastic slides. So I'll start getting some material cut up and then milled to size, and we'll start cutting some oil grooves in. Alright, I'll see you in a little while, guys.